to be here, man.
Yeah, no relation to Al, but we don't know. We don't know. And to his right, superstar, young Angelo Gore. You will certainly know him from Marshall Montano's performances and becoming a little star, not little, big star now, big star. And to his right, Johanse Audike, behavior change consultant. So we're gonna go straight into it because I want to hear the stories. You know, I heard, if you don't start off with a bang like movies now, the Gen Z, the clicks turn to something else
start
already.
With the bang one time with the
one
boss.
time, Angelo.
Yeah.
Why I wasn't frightened on stage?
Well,
That's your opening line?
Yeah, why he wasn't frightened on stage? I watch it.
Marshall was right there. Daddy was close to the stage. Mommy was close to the stage. Grandma was close to the stage. And the contestants line up in 3, like 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
But I wasn't scared, right? Because it was like a little bit of crowd. I sing it for one person here, but I didn't know it was like thousands of persons.
This was the rehearsal that I saw you at, at the Oval, right? But you came out with a bang one time. I mean, things I know for a fact because I was right there in the background when he gave you the rag and things like, and you just automatically, and he tell you go to the front, and you just went with it like you've been doing this like an old soul. So, where have you always wanted to be a performer, or did this come out as an opportunity?
Well, it came out as an opportunity.
Okay, and so not besides singing, what you wanted to do?
Fly. I wanted to be a pilot.
You still want to be a pilot?
I'm not gonna say wanted to, like you my age or
Nah.
What you want to be now?
Singer.
You want to be a singer?
Soca,
you want to be a soca singer now?
Yeah, soca.
Right.
So why can't do both? Why can't be a pilot who singing soca?
I was telling him the same thing.
But it could be too much, you see.
No,
You had to fly. No, if you have a show, right? And that same day, you have to fly. How you will manage it too?
All right. See,
yeah,
all right.
but what I would tell you is where there's a will, there's a way. Because I could say to you that Marshall's brother, Marcus, is a pilot, a very accomplished pilot. So yes, in the family, there's a pilot, one of the best, and the king of soca, right? In Tribe, you know the band Tribe? One of the owners of Tribe, the Carnival Band, is a captain for Caribbean Airlines, right? There are many designers within Carnival who are flight attendants or doing their pilot license. So what I'm saying is you could fly to your destinations to perform. How good would that be?
That will be very good. Yeah.
Right.
So I want to hear more about, because we're not just gonna put that under the rug like, okay, you just perform with the king of soca just so, right? Because then you had the first performance was Monday Madness, which was the Oval. So that carpet of green and the 1 or 2 people who were checking audio at the time became thousands of people.
Thousands.
And yet still, you set it up a level.
Yeah.
You came out there, hoy!
Yeah, because it like, the way when Marshall gave me that rag, that was the high part. So like, I had to just, hype it up.
You had to give them performance.
Yeah, I have to give them performance.
When you saw thousands of people, right? You remember even where you thought? What were you thinking?
I think that was a dream. I said, nah, this can't be me. Let me try to wake up myself. Until I just realized, nah, that's me.
You are the man, and Angelo, you've become a household name. At that point, I think when you came out, that was the moment that people, more than if that was possible, and the hype up Marshall had given the song, that you did it justice. And what has your relationship been with Marshall on stage and even background?
Well, it was a nice experience. Well, being on stage with Marshall was a good thing. First time performing on a big stage, right? First time. But now I get the opportunity to perform with Marshall. I was like,
at 8.
This can't be here. At 8.
And Trevor, give me some background on this thing. You know that here Angelo sitting here, you know, already on his resume or his CV, you know, perform with King of Soca.
Boy, Robert, I still feel it's a dream, you know, because I wasn't expecting all this to happen like practically overnight, as you was talking before. Because normally I do my singing myself, right? The singing thing, I sing with also a crossover band. But with him now, normally when we go in for different shows, I have a flash drive, I have a laptop, so I just put in the music there, the instrumentals, and just, you know, vibes it. But he used to always come in the room and ball, Daddy, it's not so to sing it.
Not so how you
have to sing it and just... And I realized a couple times, I said, all right, you know, I study instrumental, and you know where to come in. I never teach him that.
No, wait. Before you do that, you tell him, you know, as in you really genuinely wanted to know, or you're doing it like
let me see.
You know, like our parents or people do it. You kind of go,
let me see.
Or you feel you could do it better.
Yeah, you feel correct. You feel you could do it better. Let me see what you have. So I just played,
and he show you,
and I just do it.
And you give them performance.
So I leave it like that. But anyway, it's not to say I actually taught him anything, right? To say, well, Angelo, you have to sing this, sing that, you know, stuff like that, or you know, you have to go to a different key or change. No. It's his mom and his grandmother from maybe 4 years, 2 years, 2 years.
Or from 2.
From 2 years, right?
2 years to like about 6, and I just start.
Yeah.
And just playing music to it.
So apparently, them training, he separate. Paying him a little $5 to sing a song for me.
And wait, and if I do single, there is pay me $1. I say that that's not fair.
But that's at that time, so I know what.
So it's pay again.
Man,
so you gain performance a long time. You making money.
Dollar performance.
You see, when you say there, Dad, I like that because as we're talking about mentorship, right?
Right.
You, mommy, and granny, all mentor, but in different ways, right? You doing your thing,
right?
So he's seeing you do your thing, right? And then mommy and granny, they're with him, right? Coaching him through. And it's a show because sometimes when you think of a mentor, sometimes people think about a one-dimensional aspect of it. But a mentor could be somebody you emulating also. You don't even have a mentor have to talk to you sometimes directly. Right. You have your father or whoever in your life that doing certain things.
Which is what I said at the beginning when I said there are people. When I said there are people that have influenced me in the past, and even though I've not, you know, maybe some of the lessons learned haven't been good ones, they were still mentors. Because mentorship, as you said, people that you emulate, but it's not always for a positive. It could also be a negative. And what we have to remember, especially as a father, son, or in people that are watching, even with young children, I mean, children are young, but persons, is the fact that they're sponges. So anything we're doing is, you know, I once read, especially when it comes to relationships and how you behave in front of your children, is that a child looks at a father as a son looks at a father to see how the mother treats him. And then he will know later on to know what to expect in terms of how to be treated, and then he learns how to then treat a woman. So I know a lot of women out there, you know, sometimes converse and think it's if an argument takes place, look how Angelo he looking on there, and look how you might be talking to me. But it's to remember that the first thing he picks up is how you are being treated, and then how you are treating someone. So without you even realizing it, he is probably loving music because to him it's a connection to you. To him it's like, hey, this is what Daddy loves, so my connection there is I want to be part of that. But no, as I said at the start, when I said a dad is the only man who wants his son to be better than him. At 8, he mash you up. Because I didn't know you were a singer until you told me just now.
No, I say, as I say, for people who don't know anything, I actually was in the Soca Monarch semi-final twice. That was in 2009 and 2013, right? But you see, I also have a secular job. Now, I'm not full-time into music, you know, so like on weekends and things, we'll have gigs, whatever, thing like that. So I take my work seriously. You know,
so he's the lead now?
Well, that's the man. They tell me rack up my gears, you know. Like,
and Dad, I'm glad you mentioned that, because sometimes, let's just say nobody knew Angelo from before. So they might say, just so he's singing, but you highlighted that singing in the background, mommy, granny, you doing your thing. So he also see, as you were saying, Robert, seeing my dad on the stage, right? So now it's a new, and again, that, I would say, talking to anybody, especially parents, and as mannered with fathers, children just be watching you. Children are watching you, right? And even if you're not related, you're a man in the village, the town, the church, etc. People watching you.
Of course.
So I want to hear more about that journey.
This situation.
Correct.
Right. So
how we end up on that stage.
Well, here what's going on with that. So hip hop, So this particular day, now the thing is with that, I didn't actually know he actually joined this competition. It's his sister from the States. She on is on Instagram
or TikTok.
I think it's Instagram. One of the two. She saw Marshall have this competition.
Send it to my mother.
Send it to my wife. If you want to take part in it, because before about a year ago, he actually sung about with Bungee Allen, right? Daddy carry it. You always singing and posting up little clips.
Right.
Right.
Let me hear a little piece. Of carry.
Give him piece.
Give a piece. Lay a piece of carry.
Right.
Yes, I can hear them.
Yes, I can hear them saying, boy, stop living in the past. Where can I find that energy, the raw romantic that comes down from the grassroots? Yes, I'm from a place where soca there is zoning power. You will feel anytime, any hour, sunshine or shower. You will feel it anywhere you look, and it rain like a story bong. I come from a ground, used to carry it.
Ah, boy.
So he did that.
Viking.
Yeah. So a couple people text me, himself, Randy also.
Just not Robert. You know that, he had sing with Bungee?
No.
I didn't know that.
No, he didn't sing with Bungee,
I didn't.
He sang Bungee's song and he posted on the mother and posted out.
Okay.
And Randy and them actually text me. They said, boy, that your son, because I was singing with the band before. I said, yeah. He said, boy, that man real good. But me take it on too much, So after now, the competition came up with my daughter sent it to my wife.
Right.
So
he knew the song at that point?
Yeah.
He knew the song, the melody and everything, the melody.
Okay.
But the words, I think he actually didn't know, but you were singing anything. So I was inside actually doing something in my room and stuff like that. So I hear them outside singing and then so when I came out, I hear he singing it. I said, no, if a competition, you have to sing the right words. And it's just 60.
Mentorship.
Right.
Mentorship, yeah.
You must sing the right words. It's just a minute, 60 seconds ad for the competition. So he said, gosh. So they end up learning it with about maybe 20 minutes, 15, 20?
About 15 or 20 minutes.
Right.
15 or 20.
I tell him, learn the song. Get the right words and whatever. I said, what? But the man get the words and he learned it. I said, all right. So they never recording him and they post it up. We just post it up because.
And somebody from abroad.
Who it was?
Somebody.
But
who you know. And send the text with Bungee Girl and say, this one,
that was the first song. That was the first song. Somebody sent a text and they say, boy, Bungee say, boy, the man real brave real and whatever. Man. That is with the first song, right? He carry it. But with this one particular, so when they actually post it up, we take it as nothing. We just say, well, whatever, if you win, because we know plenty people will actually take part in this.
Oh, you had a feeling, no?
Yeah?
You had a feeling? Not as a father, son, like where you'd look and say, right, yeah, as far as you're concerned, he's the best, but you had a good feeling about it?
Well, a good feeling? No, because I know it are good people out there too who know this song, because you forget he now doing this song and he knows actually started at his 8 years. Me expecting 8 years to reach far in the business.
Put this way, just to put it into context, a big part of what I'm going through is I'm thinking 8 years old, I'm looking at, my son is pretty smart, but how long it takes him to learn poetry. And he learned this in 15, 20 minutes.
20, correct.
20 minutes.
So I was surprised, but I still didn't think nothing. From the video now, people start to comment. I see he rated views, I think started to go up. Thousands have emitted. I said,
2,000. Yeah. 2,000, I think I reached.
It ended up
2,000 or something.
You sure?
Yeah, 2,000, right. I think.
At the start? No,
at the start. Yeah, well, it's thousands. Yeah, thousands now, hundreds of thousands, whatever. So when he started, I said, all right. Well, the mom and the grandmother never was pushing the most of the time because I had things doing with work and so I said, hey, how do you deal with that? But well, here what went on now. So before this actually happened on the Monday, Saturday was the deadline. So they said they're going to pick in one. In fact, it actually started with 3 people. He taken 3 people from the amount, and from the 3 people now, cut it down to 1 person, and that 1 person is going to perform with him that night. Marshall Monday, Monday Madness.
Yeah.
So the Saturday now, Bob, they said, no, the winner was the girl from
Corin
Clark. He came in second. So I said, well, buddy, die not. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
I didn't really take it on that, because I know I don't already have more competitions to enter.
What?
I didn't really take on that.
Let me tell you something, Always remember this. A winner is a loser who tried one more time.
That's right.
So it's a bunch of failures. Success is a bunch of failures. And we said, I love any mindset. From 8 years old, I love any mindset.
Well, he had the greatest with that now. On the Saturday now, we went for some stuff and things. So in the van, he driving the van. So I just have
flash drives.
No, not the flash, on the radio. It was on radio playing soca and thing. So the anchor start. So when they start here now,
Daddy changed that away.
Daddy, you can change our station. I said, no, don't matter. You lost. You still have to accept certain things and whatever. So we left it like that.
Right.
Right.
We didn't lose. He came second. Right?
So we said that was the end of it.
Yeah.
Sunday now.
Saturday or Sunday?
No, Sunday. Sunday after lunch, we on our own thing. I think one of the managers called my wife. They say, hi, Marshall, this is Angelo, mom, so. She said, yes. She said, Marshall want him to come for rehearsal tomorrow for 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock around there.
She's... What? I was outside,
Yeah.
And I hear mommy only, grandma only balling and mommy only balling.
So what happened, what they actually said, no, he didn't win the competition. He came in second. So she said, no, Marshall still want them to come. So we put down, I said, well, be calm. As soon as he put down the phone, my partner, oh gosh, you see, what you start to do, I think.
Let me hear, when you found out you were going on the stage with Marshall.
Well, I was outside. I was talking to one of my bike friends, right? I hear when mommy hung up the phone, I hear she only saying, oh God, and when I come, I say it's like some emergency or something. So I just come inside and I say, what happened? She said, Grandma said, don't tell him. He said, Mommy say, the manager now call and say, Marshall want you to come to rehearsal tomorrow. I was like, nah, I think that's a scam or something. Yeah. So I didn't believe it. But Mommy said, I thought Corin was the winner. She said, no, somebody Marshall wanted to do something with the first place, second place, and third place. Right. So when the manager called Marshall's other manager and asked him, this is Angelo and the first place winners, second place winners are doing it. She said, the other manager said, yeah. So the other manager called Mommy and told her, yes, they want him to come rehearsal. So when Mommy hung up the phone, I was saying like, yeah, and everybody was screaming. She said, don't tell nobody, because they didn't want nobody to know. Because if somebody...
surprise,
Yeah.
Man started to jump on the bed and all kind of
things. And then after, we had to go and look so close, all in the mall and thing. Then
you're going on the stage with Marshall. You can't look shabby.
It's middle of the night. You come home in the middle of the night.
You have to get gears.
Yeah, you have to get things.
But we're taking a short break. We're talking about the power of mentorship, and you could clearly see where mentorship plays a key role. And we'll hear more about that story, because when he actually goes on the stage now, what we know is give them performance.
Get them.
Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off. Let me see you rock off. Let me see you kick right. Now step forward, now step back.
Lucozade, bring the energy. Unbeatable taste, new look.
Shake off. Let me see you rock off.
With Alive multivitamins by Nature's Way, you won't be defined by time. You'll own every minute of it. Discover how you can age vibrantly with Alive.
Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chanka Trace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality. Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
Introducing the new Sun Mix Nut Bar. Available in 3 delicious flavors: granola raisin nut, almond cranberry crunch, and coconut almond crisp. All packed on a rich bed of dark chocolate.
Taste the good life, snack right. Taste the good life anytime. The good life. Sun Mix.
Sunshine Snacks Sun Mix Nut Bar. Taste the good life.
Can you do this?
Yes, everybody, it's our little boy Angelo, and we are in ManHOOD. We are talking about the power of mentorship.
What? Very good, man.
Boy,
Very good, man. He's a boss, boy.
He could sit down in this seat.
Right.
You're meeting Marshall for the first time.
Yeah.
You're on the stage before Monday Madness.
Monday Madness.
What's that like?
It's a nice experience, right? It was, the stage was big, real big. I seen next thing I just bust here, right? I say next thing I just bust and the crowd just start booing and I say, let me just don't take that one, but just do my own thing.
And when you reach in the vehicle, what you tell you coming up on the stage when you see you for the first time?
Oh, you say, Angelo, how you doing? I say, good. And then that when he went in some rooms, is our room or something?
Yeah, he went to the little dress room. Yeah,
dress room.
Mm-hmm.
Or something. Then when he come up on stage, he had to check the mic, check the music system and all kind of thing.
So what? In that moment, you're on the stage. The music is playing, it gets louder. You would have been accustomed to a certain amount of band environment through your father.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, this is our next thing, Robert, because I never taught him anything with band. This is the first time we go down and sing with band,
Right.
live band too. So I was a little concerned in that because I said to be some of the biggest singers be out of key, out of timing and all kinds of. I studied, oh gosh, boy, I wonder if this man will pull it through.
And it's loud. And, because
Correct.
he's on the stage and he has the own speakers reverberating around him.
Yeah.
And the king of soca at that point, Marshall, looks at you and hands you the mic and said, get them performance.
Yeah.
And without a rehearsal, without a second take, you took over the stage.
Yeah, he said, nah, I don't need to do nothing with this boy again. He get correct already.
And handing you the rag and a little more again.
Yeah, it's the high part.
When you was looking out in the crowd, you could have recognized anybody? Like it was just all a blur, or you're seeing people's faces?
No, I've been seeing people's faces, and I've been seeing some of my aunties, my uncles, some of my uncles.
You made all of them out from on the stage?
Well, them didn't know I was performing there until it was.
Oh, yes, because they couldn't say anything.
Yeah, it was a surprise. It was a surprise.
It was like a surprise thing for the
competition on Monday.
The competition on Monday. He said he don't want nobody knowing. This is a surprise, and it's like a kind of guest thing for people.
Okay.
So after you came out that day, you realized I could do this now.
Yeah, I could do this.
It was your dream came true at that point.
Yeah.
You're performing in front of one of the biggest crowds, a crowd that is already elevated because of the nature of the performance, and you came on and you mash up the place.
Yep.
And then after that, it was what? Flavor. You did a couple others after
Flavor.
that. But that was...
Well, what happened apparently after that Monday night, as soon as the man finished singing, the phone started to go off mad. Until the next day, people call, people we don't even know. Finally, then people from the radio stations, the TV station want to have an interview with him.
Sing all on the phone. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. So they actually find where we live in. Yeah. People come for interview, then Marshall called, he say, hey, he want to interview with this guy home. I said, well, we're doing some renovation because we actually start some renovation home by us, you know.
Before the singing.
So I said, the place in a little, he said, nice, still want to come and meet this man home. I never meet Marshall in my life, you know. I mean, all the years I sing.
He said he research up and things. He said he research up daddy and things.
Yeah. So he actually came to our home. All right, he took an interview with him. So he asked him, what you asked here? What you want to do? Where you want to perform with him again? So
I say, Flavor. He said, this Flavor? I say, yeah. But I should
have... So you call any shots now?
Yeah, he call any shots.
But I should have say, I want to go your tours to perform. That's what I should have said.
That is what we're talking about,
that
Angelo.
That is what I should have said. I forget.
You gotta take it, you know... You had to see yourself.
Now, I believe that was the writer's call to, you know, at least people get to see my second chance in Trinidad, especially because, you know, they had to dance local before you dance abroad, as they say.
Of course.
You know, so that was a good, to me, you know. Yeah. But he want to go on tour. I said, boy, hey, take your time, things will come, you know.
And now when I go out there, right, people saying, this is the boy who sing with Marshall, I could get a photo. They're saying how I look in bigger on TV and thing, but I don't know how I shot.
So, what was, because there's a couple things in there, and I know you were giving me the story, and I said I wanted people to hear it with regards to the image initially. People be thinking, you know, Indian heritage or young boy, a name like Go.
Right. So going back to this, Robert, it goes back to even said the competition, and one thing I admire with Marshall and the whole marketing team. They, you know, they see him as an East Indian, you know, from East Indian descent and stuff like that. They did not say, you know, a normal guy would say, boy, you could be the next chutney soca artist.
Yeah, I do like chutney soca. I do really. And now think one more with like Encore. The core, you just take off this C and put G.
Go. Go.
You know, I loving the way. You have to see yourself somewhere before you get there.
Yes.
Right? You don't just get there just like that. And the confidence I'm hearing with Angelo, where you're already saying, I can be this.
Yes.
Right?
And the thing
that comes from...
Well, yeah, it had to be, it come from somewhere, you know, definitely. And Marshall did not bring him out as no chutney artist. You see, this is the next soca artist of Trinidad and Tobago. And we have to see people on the whole, we are Trinidadians. And it's not color or race. We are Trinidadians. This is our culture. We grew up in this.
Culture and race is Trinidadian.
That's right. So, you know, and from ever since he likes soca, from small he's singing soca because although he's East Indian also, I mostly sing soca. Soca, reggae, the different, you know, little rock, whatever, and things like that. That's what I actually do with the band. I don't really sing. I might do a little soca chutney. You know what I mean? It's a similar... But,
y'all ever did anything together? Like, is there a thing that...
Maybe later on,
not live, I'm talking about at home. Is there a favorite? Is there something like reggae or something that you all sing together?
No. Basically, no. It's just, which one?
Bob Marley one.
Don't worry about that thing, or...
Is that one?
No, another thing too.
Yeah.
How I actually noticed he had a special talent. The Trinidad and Tobago Cricket organization actually hired me to do a couple songs for them with their prize giving. And they said, make sure and bring small man.
Right.
One of the guys there on the committee, he goes to his school. I think he's a teacher. What is his name?
Mr. Bash. Shout out to Mr. Bash, actually.
Right. So he said, make sure and bring Angelo. No, Angelo had to sing a song, but Angelo never sang a song no way before.
Right.
So I said, yeah, I'll bring him, but I was actually going and carry him. So I was actually doing Take Me Home. So when I start Take Me Home, he bawled, Daddy, I could come on. He was sitting down right there.
I was doing this.
Yeah. I said, come. And the man actually with the instrumental continue the song on the instrumental, on key and everything. Everybody who was eating food at third round now sit down watching this man. Nobody taking me on all the time, eh? When he
and
come
they
on
say the man bad boy.
yeah, they say this man real bad. And after I said, but wait now, but this man had a little thing. That was before,
is the terminology now you're bussing, but in a good way? Is that the Gen Z? Well, you wouldn't know.
No, like
yeah, boss like to croak. Like he mean like if the boss.
No, when you say bus now, isn't that the
Robert,
I try because boss in my day would mean your boss.
Right.
But
so nowadays, if your boss is like a big thing,
correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, take your time. You don't know what your wife did.
So, you know what I mean? And I was real amazed with that because he was on key, because it's a high song also. I said, what? Small man pull me out here, boy? In my mind.
Yeah.
Dad,
you know?
why you decided to give him the opportunity?
Because his song was high and the key part was supposed to go up. I realized, wait, come small man, I use my intellect.
Yeah.
Come and help me here. You understand? And he ended up taking over and I said, what? That man pulled me through this gig, boy.
So this Bob Marley song is a favorite to sing with your dad? Because it must be
which one is the Bob
I'm sure you must harmonize.
You made it.
Which one?
Three Little Birds or the other one?
That one?
No,
Don't
Take Me
worry.
Home is the one where we just do it.
Don't
worry about that thing.
Yeah, I think me and you just sing that one, eh?
Yeah, but that's when we in the room, we gonna do a little thing.
That was like, yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but you see, that's significant because that's what he remembers.
Yeah, but I can't really remember that personally. You know, but I play it and you know, because singing.
So before I get into what you want to do more, the mentorship that comes in, and as we talk about the power of mentorship, we also had a chat before about upbringing and the difference in a lot of upbringing now and what people see. Because again, as you said, we spoke about what people emulate is what they emulate. There's no positive or negative in the word emulate. It's simply what someone then takes from someone and then puts forward in their own life. And how do you see yourself as a modern day father, especially whether it become people frown on, whether it be licks or stern conversations, and where you find a lot of people want to be more friends than realizing that part of your role, or a huge part of your role, is preparing Angelo for the real world.
Yeah, boy, it's a ticklish thing because most of the discipline is with his mother. He'll get licks, because sometimes this boy ain't listening at all. And sometimes I say, Angelo, stop that. Yeah, daddy. And he go on again. And I crack him a little lash here and there. But his mother, oh my God.
Because I like to go outside and play. She said, no, don't go outside and play. I need a little time outside. I said, come now, let me just take a little ride outside now.
No, you hear the difference, because normally people say children now do like to go outside. But going outside, before you talk about he was outside with his bike friends, right?
Yeah.
And then when a child is outside, they have to interact with other people. And interacting with other people is one of the most important skills to understand. So those parents that keep children inside, now I know the crime situation changed, things like that, so I'm not saying no to that. But when you keep children inside, they don't learn how to interact with people. And then they will say, and people come to me, my child don't want to come out your room. But if you're not putting him outside, why he will want to come out his room?
But it's a difference with him too. If you give him an option between the tablet or outside, he going outside. Most of the time he outside because he plays football with the club, right?
M12. Shout out to M12. Shout out to M12.
Right.
Yeah, that is the football club. He plays football too, and he
You like this side? Big side. Big side.
That's
his side. Like, shout out, big up yourself, Reds.
Manchester.
But there's, that whole thing again. Now you'll learn some of the Gen Z thing now. When you say we outside, even when we inside, we outside.
We outside. Yeah.
And a big part of that is as you mentioned about the iPad and the choice between outside and using the iPad.
Yeah, you are playing.
Like you said, that's where the interaction takes place, because going forward, you're going to have a lot of people in this cyber world are going to be in an environment where they know how to interact with a device and even through the comms, but they won't know how to speak to someone. And I think if he was an iPad kid, going on that stage and having that level of confidence would have never happened, there was a reverb. That energy came back to him, and we had an awesome performance. I want to say, as we were having a discussion where there's the rule of 2, not 3, and that's where options come in, and it's a matter of not giving children, and I think that as parents, part of that mentorship is also making, not fully ensuring that they do everything we did because we want them to be better, and who's to know whether our decisions are always the best one, but to ensure that the amount of things that you have in front of you when it comes to discipline is limited. So it's not just a simple case of saying, as when I was growing up, eat that. Or you say,
correct,
what's in the pot? And your mother will tell you, or your grandmother will tell you, when you ask, what's in the pot, they'll say, because they're like, we are asking what in the pot for. You have to eat what is there.
You have to eat it.
I have taken it up a notch where I'm not going to give them a variety where I'm going to go all of these different things, but I'm going to go, okay, this is a healthy option, this is a healthy option.
Choose.
Which one do you want? Because the reason behind the rule of 2, not 3, is when you give a human being, and you could probably talk to the science of that, more than those 2 options, sometimes they end up choosing none because it's too much at that point. It's too overwhelming. When it could be a focus of left or right, immediate decisions. A third one now adds complexity to that whole,
especially for a male brain, right? And we said it on previous shows that the physiology of a male brain and a female brain is different, right? I know generally we would say men have a one-track mind, right? And if you look at the brain, women have more connections between the left and the right, so they can multitask better. So especially for boys, if you give boys too many options, sometimes they either choose whichever is the easiest, because right now the brain on a lot of overload, right? Or they would choose none at all. Right? And I'm saying that because in this world, because we are older, in the world that they're living in now, it's just things coming at them. So helping him choose instead of giving him too many options, even though it have plenty of options, you all could provide options, but giving him that sometimes wouldn't be to his benefit, might be to his detriment in terms of choosing. So I could tell thus far, I know no parent is perfect, but based on what I'm hearing, we was talking with mommy too beforehand, is that you all did thus far an all-rounded job with him, right? And I ain't going with perfect, but I'm going with all-rounded, giving him some of the aspects of the real world, because again, going out and riding with your friends, that is a real important thing. And if it's not riding, whether it is running around, playing, or just even going by somebody, even if it's video games, going somewhere else to do it is an important part of our child development.
Do you feel that Angelo, you could do you appreciate when someone says something? I know we talk about development of the prefrontal cortex doesn't start until when you're 11, 12, or even beyond that in certain cases. But it seems that you're pretty advanced in terms of your confidence levels, which is kudos to your parents and that mentorship. So would you say, one, let me ask you this, do you see your parents as mentors? Do you look up to, you see, your dad in terms of singing or... That's part one.
But if you admire them, right? If you admire them or anything about them that you like and you would copy.
Ooh, wait. I like how my father to sing. That's one thing. I like how my father to sing.
All right.
I like how mommy does sing too. She does sing plenty gospel, eh?
Right.
And coming from you with someone who has already been on the big stage at 8, is already in tune with what he wants to do, and has a mentor in terms of, I'm sure you look to Marshall, because you would, because if that's what you want to do as soca, he is the top of that table. That is a good, I would say, hearing it from Angelo, hearing that he likes how you sing and like how his mom sings is actually
And going back to this, Robert, you see, so all right, like how we actually started singing, we start from the actually bottom singing, we go in here, there, play with different bands, and he actually started his career with the highest stage we wanted to be. We work all our life to reach on that stage. We reach that stage yet.
Well, that's part of a mentorship, There's an old saying, I'm sure you all heard this before, is that when somebody plants a tree, you don't see it grow now. So you set the stage, he go, and then when he have it so forth and so on, and that sometimes be hard because sometimes you want to see the tree that you plant, right? And I could say that anything with any legacy, when you want to see it, but legacy a lot of times is about you lay the foundation. It's like teaching a child, and then you have to leave them to the world. You can't come now and direct every action they do.
Right.
I think it's something along the lines of plant a seed now, and of which tree you would probably never experience the shade. Something along those lines. We're taking a short break. We're talking about the power of mentorship. Certainly when we come back, Angelo, Trevor, certainly want to hear about what impact it has, because I know we speak about licks, people may frown on that. People have different takes on how they discipline their child, but we want to get to the point of however you determine to do it, what is too much, what is maybe too little. Discipline is important because, again, we want them to be better than us, and we need to prepare them for the real world, and the real world isn't participation medals. The real world isn't going, all the time, I'm proud of you, good job, and all the rest of it, because when they go out there, it's a cruel place, as we know, and the world of social media. Taking a short break.
Struggling with picky eating, or unexplained loss of appetite, or tired of trying to gain weight with no results? Apetamin is here to help. This powerful appetite stimulant encourages healthier eating, supports weight gain, and improves BMI, perfect for both adults and children. Only Apetamin contains lysine, an essential amino acid that boosts appetite, builds muscle, supports growth, and aids calcium absorption. Take control of your appetite and reach your weight gain goals with Apetamin. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Kalimatha Astrology Center, Master Karthik. 35 years experience, Indian generation astrologer. He can discuss past, present, and future. He can advise on reading hand, face, and horoscope. He would give advice for all your problems. Special guidance for broken relationships, husband and wife disputes. Can advise on bringing back loved ones. Gives unbreakable protection. Call now 275-7489. Located in Arima, Port of Spain, Debe, Curep, Chaguanas, and San Fernando.
Ramadan specials at Food Basket, Arima, Chaguanas, Champlain, and Gulf View. Goat, 4 pounds for $99. Chana, 5 pounds for $19.95. Delicious dates, $19.95 per pound. Big deal, 1 gallon oil, $59.95. Crown 8 kg rice, $59.95. Green butterfly evaporated milk, 3 for $17.95. 4Z vermicelli, 1600 gram, $24.95. Ramadan specials at Food Basket, Arima, Chaguanas, Champlain, and Gulf View.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured. So call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
Can you do this?
Right, so we are back on manhood, the power of mentorship. And going back to this, Robert, discipline. Now, to be fair with you and I'm being honest as possible, I really not the more disciplined kind of guy. In a sense that it could take me I build up time to actually discipline this guy. Because I remember he was a kid too. My mom used to say, boy, you was real miserable. You're worse than this man. And so they say. most of the time I just tell his mom, I say, leave him now, you can grow out of that. But you see his mom?
Licks
like peas.
I find you palming off, boy.
Yeah.
I find you palming.
No, I really don't like to, because I understand as a
now you can't say palming off. You know, say you don't beat his son and he
no, because as a boy too, I know how things has been.
No, listen. For a lot of us, licks traumatize a lot of us. You know. I've been honest. Now we could argue in terms of effective discipline, right? And I'm not saying in certain cases corporal punishment could be effective, right? But the average Trinidad Begonian child, and who are my peers now? When we talk, and I could see it, we will say, well, I turn out good, but it have the trauma part of it, especially when you have children, that you would say, well, exactly what both of you see, exactly what both of you say. You said the same thing, you know, is that, well, I used to get, like, so I don't want to do that to my son. So I'm putting it out there for you to understand. Again, we could argue the good or the bad, but understand the effects, some of the effects of it.
How do you feel when you get licks? I mean, apart from at the moment, it hurts. But how do you feel afterwards?
I just feel normal.
You don't feel normal?
I say, no, let me just leave that. That don't even sting. It sting a little bit. And the other minute, I just go outside and ride my bike.
But do you understand? But do you understand why? Do you tell yourself, I know I should have come in earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So you understand why your parents do it. So again, you raise a good point there, Johan, say about trauma, because even now you see a lot of therapists and in looking at maybe some of the criminal element and some of the violent interactions when children go into school and break into homes with the elderly and other persons, that these young people are, without provocation, beating and damaging people, you know, like really going after people. And a lot of it is saying how they were, whether they were beaten at home, and now it's their way of almost retaliatory.
But you just know, you heard somebody say that, because I'm not saying you're wrong. Because in my investigation, talking to students and who were involved in violence, is the opposite. You know,
right?
At least who I deal with, most of those children didn't get licks.
Did not get licks.
Yeah,
and I get real licks growing up, and I turned out, to me, I came out good. I was no mental thing. You know what?
Right.
I be real.
So listen, that word I use, trauma, could be a little dramatic, right? Let me say, every action have a reaction. So whatever happened with your parents will affect who you are when you're growing up. So whether it is plenty licks or little licks, how much licks, no licks at all, it will always have an effect. And it's to remember that either way it will have an effect. So sometimes we're not going good or bad, right, or traumatic or non-traumatic, but it will always have an effect.
So we have to remember we have our 8-year-old here, so we don't want to leave him out of the conversation, because at this point I know you ready to sing. I know you ready to give me some performance.
I could do it now.
We do it. Give me another 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Get across this point, right? You give me 5 minutes, as in, we dress rehearsal done. We perform. We're bringing it back just now, but just to say that in that power of mentorship, there are tough decisions that we make, and as parents, or even you will make with your friends. As you know, something I always tell my son. I always say, be a leader. Try to be a leader, not a follower. Don't just take. You can follow some of the good things. But
exactly.
Always remember what you're taught in the household, because when you go out there and you follow something that's wrong, like whether you use language or say something or behave in a particular way, people can't help but think that's what you're learning at home, and it's then unfair to your parents who are trying to do their best for you to be seen as that when that's not what's happening in the household, which means you're following someone else. As opposed to letting them take something good into their home, you're allowing it to spread, something that may be seen as negative. And we're not talking about creatives, we're talking about something that's outright negative. But I want to just touch, before we get into hearing more from Angelo, I want to touch.
I have a question for Angelo. You say that.
Yeah, you have a question.
So how that feels, because Angelo, when I want you to understand that your dad just wants you to be better than him.
That's right.
And in being better than him, we don't have a book when we become fathers or mothers. Well, there's a book for mothers, right? But there's no handbook per se, and there are people that may give you advice, but advice is, I don't want to use a wrong term, but advice like everybody has one. Let's just put it that way, right? And with that advice, you're doing your best, because someone might be looking at this show now and saying, Trevor, how you gonna look at Angelo and hit him, boy? How you gonna look at Angelo too? But you see, they're seeing this facade.
Yeah.
You are there every day, seeing something different that is preparing him. Because if he wasn't this and being Angelo in what we're seeing here today, right? People will see, his peers will challenge him, will say things that are negative. And if he isn't, if you all don't build that resolute stance, that behavior inside of him, then I think as parents we fail, because again I say there are no participation medals in life. I ask my son when he goes, Dad, are you proud of me? I say to him, are you proud of yourself? Because I need, when I'm not around,
you have to hold it back.
You have to hold it. So you have to know that you're doing something that makes you proud, and what gives you that level of confidence, not off the back of what somebody else thinks.
And I always say, since he was born, and since he knows himself, in fact, he never see me coming home drunk. I never been drunk home. No smoking at home. So I always tell him, he's not a follower, he's a leader. Don't follow the crowd.
What does that mean to you?
That means do not follow anybody. Be yourself.
But
do not smoke, do not drink. That's the thing.
Don't follow the negative things, because even as a leader, there is a certain level of following. We're not reinventing the wheel here. So it's a matter of following the right people, the right other leaders, to then emulate, in this case, what they've done. So I just want to break it down just a bit more to say, don't follow the negative.
That's right. And I also tell them, women especially, you never see a father hit your mother.
Do not hit no.
We will have a little quarrel here and there, like anybody else, right? I said, do not hit no woman at the end of the day. Growing up to be a man, woman is not that is off limits. Right? I always tell him that, and he knows that. Right? The only, like, when you're talking about licks, no abuse at every minute we hitting him, If we tell him 1,000 times, Angelo, do not do that, he will get a spanking, but not a big set of spanking, like, he will get a few hand, whap, don't do that again. Then he will start to cry, he say, all right, take and die, sit there. But abuse is like when you beat a child every day, and I don't believe in that.
There's a line between, is it corporal punishment?
Don't spare the rod and spoil the child. I believe in that.
There's a line between that. My lick, so what you'd call it to my son is my voice. Right. When my voice reverberates through his body, if he know and he hear no, right? There's no need for anything after that, because he knows that I'm disappointed with something.
Discipline have nothing to do with licks,
Right.
Discipline means you're finding a method to help guide. Now, licks is one of the method, possibility, and that's where sometimes I think that parents and people can get it wrong, because I get licks, you must get licks, or because I get licks, you mustn't get licks.
So I was going to ask you that, because you said this traumatized. So you're thinking, you're saying that I refuse to hit my child because of the amount of licks I got? So you think somehow I traumatized?
No, but you said that. You said you used to get licks from all kind of people, right?
Right. I feel you get more than me, boy.
And hear the energy you say it in your voice,
Then you get it from the dean. And then when you get home, you get it from your father. And then when you go by your grandmother's licks again.
It's broomstick and pot spoon there I get to know. Anything over.
You know the thing. You know the thing.
And I'm pointing.
When they pull out in our plants and take off the cord.
Boy, antenna breaking and all.
Right. So that what I was saying is that listen to even the energy you're saying it with. Right. Is that it? And remember, I changed. I said it will have an effect. And discipline is really about finding the most effective method. Because I give you an example. Licks didn't used to work on me. Right. But my mother.
I could see that you real stubborn.
Right. But my mother used to subtract money from allowance.
Oh, you vexed on that. Yeah.
And you see that I couldn't handle. If you understand what I'm saying, you have to find
lines. You see lines in school, that's what I used to catch from.
Right. So, and even parents listening is finding what is effective for your child, not just doing wherever it is. And who best to know your child than you, right? I mean, you could go to a psychologist, the teacher, they might have some information, but parents should I say, know their parents, know their children the best, so that you could implement the discipline. So if it is, you know what, no tablet, no bike, right? If they take that bike from you, right?
No music.
Right. If you understand what I'm saying, and that's what really discipline is about.
All of a sudden he started
But
you said you had a question to him.
Right. Angelo, how are you going to deal with somebody booing you on stage? If somebody boo you from the crowd, how are you going to handle that?
Because I wanted to remember with that question, even Marshall said it, right? You're only as good as your last performance. And meaning behind that is there were times that when he was bringing out songs, not every song was party, not every song was a road march. And there were times you go there and you get boo.
You get boo.
How?
That one is a tricky one.
You have any idea how you deal with somebody boo you? Even if it's one person boo you, how you handle it?
Or even in life, like break it down for now apart from the stage. In life, if someone, not necessarily from your performance, like somebody tells you you're not good at something.
Just practice. You don't need to take them on. You just practice. You just do be yourself. Be you.
All right, good one. Actually, I have one more question for you. In school, right?
Yeah.
People treating any different in school?
Not like how they used to treat me before.
How do you used to treat you before?
Bullying. They used to drop me all on the floor. But
right, and how they treating you now?
Good. Okay. Good, that's because I famous now. But it had one boy who really used to get on my nerves, right? It was early morning, he come to school, he coughed me on my back. I said, why you do that for? I said, do that again, Put on his bag and thing. When he's walking outside, cough him again. I run him down, I hold him, and just start beating him. The man went and, I gained so much trouble for that. But then to understand that he started it first.
How as a parent, I have my own philosophy. They have many philosophies around that. I mightn't say it on air, but how would you? Somebody started it. You can't tell the other cheek.
To be fair, and we're talking plain here as possible, I said do not hit nobody first. If somebody tried to attack you, you have to defend yourself. That is my personal thing. Hit them back.
I agree, and I will say it on air is that this is my philosophy. People don't have to agree with that. Is that is a jungle we living in.
Yeah.
Right? No matter what they say, it's a jungle we living in. And if you don't know how to defend yourself, now defend don't have to always mean a lasher.
Right.
Because in Trinidad, people get talk. Right? If you could get talk, sometimes that could be enough, If somebody tell you about your hair or something, so and you know to handle it. But either way is being able to defend yourself, and that's my point now, right? Yes, you could tell a teacher, yes, you could go to the principal, you could reach the ministry, etc., etc. But on the ground, a child has to be able to defend herself.
I don't want to cut you, but just ask him based on the bullying, because I take that very seriously. We even had Certified Samson on here, Jamel, talking about bullying and what you have to talk about trauma, the impact that has on persons and how it goes through your life, not just to the victim, but also to the person that's done it and where they can then end up. As a leader, and especially someone now with stardom, with a platform, famous, how are you going to use, or how have you used some of that platform to address things like bullying or to shine a light on some of the negatives? Take a breath.
You're going to do anything, even if you didn't do it yet?
I won't do nothing. If I see a child bullying somebody, I'll stop. I'll stand up for them. I say, "Hey boy, what are you doing that for?" And then them is the one who will get in trouble. They get suspended, detention.
But do you have do you think that if you had a conversation with the person that's bullying to say, hey, because they're probably going through something, they're probably seeing something at home, and you could now
and using it in school. I say, wherever you're going through, don't follow them. Be a leader. Don't follow people.
Yeah, because you see, there's that saying, you catch more flies with honey.
Yeah.
And
and another thing too, there's a lot of female bullying, a lot of girls doing the bullying right now in school. Because
Angelo, tell me about them.
Standard one home, one girl home, that was bigger than me. But I wasn't doing nothing. I just mind my own business, play with my friends and the boys, the boys, and do just play football and muddy up themselves, and then they had to go home and they just play all in the rain. That's that way,
Okay.
Right?
They're being a boy.
How would the girls come and do?
They drop me the whole night. They drop me to the floor and just start. All of them just start stomping all on my back.
you alone or the whole?
Me alone. Me alone.
Why they choose you alone if you're playing with other people?
There was a boy, right, who does normally play with me. He loved football, but he can't really play. I just seen.
Right.
He can't kick a lime, as they say.
Yeah, they're kicking him, and one of them pushed him, and he fall on the floor. Right. So I say, I pick him up. I say, why are you doing that? I push them back. I said, do I do that? And then I come in the classroom. I did not do nothing. They see me at the corner, man. One old man drop me to the floor and just start beating. So I get back my revenge.
How you get back your revenge?
I beat them back up.
You alone? You beat up all the girls?
The two, yeah. That was our daddy end. That was our daddy end.
I can't remember. I don't know.
I take all the boys on them, and we revenge. We get revenge.
So part of that mentorship, because we come into the close.
Yeah.
And Angelo, and Trevor, real pleasure in having that conversation with you guys to get an insight. And again, on this show, there's never a fully deep dive into everything. There may be certain conversations that we'd have, like we know about his experience on the stage, his experiences outside that, and we have a glimpse as to what happens behind the scenes and also into school. And I know that it's very tough, and the reason why I don't want to explore too much in terms of what your own conversations might be is I want to understand the dynamic, because I've looked throughout this entire interview, and as confident as Angelo is, he always gives you a little touch on your hand. He always wants to hold hands, and that to me shows his admiration, love for his father, and that regardless of what people may interpret by any of this conversation, you're doing a great job. And that is seen subconsciously and consciously in his own behavior, and how you may then deal with, which I know you are dealing with regard to those stories with bullying, which can't be easy to hear, because especially a mother, is not easy. Somebody touch my child, but you're ready to run riot in the place. But
that is my mother.
It is.
That is my mother.
But I think what is happening is that coaching, as long as he's not physically being damaged severely, is that coaching more and more and more, and how he's now in a position of elevation of himself to really be a leader and is now communicating to others is definitely a testament to mentorship.
And the good thing too, and going back to this, is communication. Now, if your child and somebody else's child has a little disagreement or a fight, the best thing to do, get in contact with the parents, and if both parents talk to and see
if the parent tell you, hold you.
There is a difference, and I believe parents have to be on a neutral basis. At the end of the day, we need to know what went on his side and also the other side, and that communication.
And even admit if your child is wrong, because your child will have to be right.
That's right, because my son, I could say, well, somebody bullying my son, but why they bullying him? It had to be a reason. Now, next thing is he's the problem. He always torture. I'm not saying you, Angelo, but I'm just saying, he might be the problem. So that is why you need to converse with the parents, the child, and not have that one-on-one rap out. And instead of all you want, reach on the stage, reach on school and want to fight and want pulling cut. No.
That's a stage in itself. That is a school stage.
You have to be as parents and adults. We need to be more civilized.
Sure, but let me tell you something. I will say it for you. There's no handbook. There's no absolute right or absolute wrong in what we do. We do the best that we can do.
That's right, yeah.
And all we want to strive to do is make sure that they're better than us. We want to leave something. Legacy is leaving a place better than you found it. People only remember how you made them feel. And so how another person will say, listen, once you hit them, once you didn't hit first, right? If you can't get away, if you listen to the old, if you know Sparrow, 10 to 1 is murder. If you understand that song, you understand the lyrics, and I've had the conversation with Sparrow himself, you're put in a position that you have no choice. You have to defend yourself. You have to fight its survivability at that point.
Yeah, you have to defend.
And if you're in that situation, then you have to do what you have to do. Whatever that may be, but there's extremes and there's acceptable circumstances. But I want to hear, I know, Angelo, before you give us our song, I know you said you had a request before you sing solo, which was what?
Which one?
I don't know, you had the request.
You wanted to call somebody out. I wanted to call somebody out on a duo.
My father.
Call him out.
Trevor.
So which one you are gonna sing?
Any song you want me to sing?
No, but you say you want to sing one with your dad. You see some.
We gonna do one. All right. Me and you will do one first, and then you will give them the.
And then you will give me whichever one.
Give them the pull the pin, right? So which one we gonna do first? Don't worry about a thing.
No.
Which one? Huh? Take me home. Take me home.
If you want. Yeah.
All right, just a piece, right? So me and you, I get started and you go come in, right? I get started, then you go come in.
Yeah.
So I go start. I go cross any ocean to find it.
Wall up no mountain, get to know it. Yeah.
Come cross the waters, been through the fire.
Know that my heart could show me the way.
Well, everywhere you turn, you see people smiling. We
don't see no great rest.
Don't let nobody tell we about leaving.
Because we fight for the thing and this is the place.
Sing the thing.
Take me home.
Take me home.
Take me home. Take me to a place where I can feel no pain. Take me home, take me home, take me home.
Well done, man. I go walk, man.
Right.
Yeah, get them the pull the pin now from the beginning.
The temperature climbing, by the crease I say, then engine firing. So got people jumping up, so got people jumping up, so got people jumping up, so got people jumping up. We pull the pin and bow. Party jumping again, party jumping again, party jumping again. We pull the pin and bow. Party jumping again, party jumping again, party jumping again. We start up the mass. Point over so one move, point over so one move, point over so one move. All we start up the mass. Point over so one move.
Hey boy, hey, what's it?
Hey, you just do it, you just do it, you just do it.
Remember me for them comps, sir?
Yeah.
So we come in. That was awesome, guys. This was a real enlightening one. Yeah. You know, I am a fan, and I would love to hear closing thoughts.
One, in my own personal life and also working professionally, one thing I realize is that even though parents not perfect, parents come from a sincere place. Right, and it is clear that you and Mom, who off camera, come from a sincere place. Even before we start, when I was talking with you all. So one, I would like to commend you all on the work that you all do with Angelo. I didn't expect that you all perfect. I didn't even say now you all are perfect parents, but thank you for that. And then Angelo, right? I want to thank you. Real simple. I want to thank you for being yourself.
You're welcome.
That is it.
Yeah, well, that is it. I tell him, I say, watch, man, anytime they interview you, I'm not telling you what to say. Be yourself. Don't matter, you mightn't be able to talk in a proper way or whatever, you might talk broken. Be yourself and let people like you for who you is. That is it, basically, man.
You know, they say that you only see the stars when the lights are out.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when you really see who people are. Angelo, what was your final words to anybody that you want to say?
You want to tell the people.
Follow your dreams. God have your back.
Perfect.
There's nothing more I could say. Trevor, Angelo, Johanse. This is ManHOOD. We're talking about the power of mentorship. You've seen it right there.
ManHOOD, brought to you in part by Lucas Aid and Solomon Bespoke.
Manhood, brought to you by Lucozade.
You're watching CNC3.